Welcome back to Guitar Theory Modules. This is Module 69 and we're on pages 164 through 166. In the first part of this module, I'll show you how to recognize and write major 6 chords, and in the last part of this module, I'll show you some movable major 6 shapes. A major 6 chord, also known as just a 6 chord, can be spelled with a 6 or MAJ6, and the most common is just a 6, and that's what you'll see in my books and in my music. Now, a major 6 chord is simply a major triad with a major 6th above the root added. So here's a C major triad, C, E, G. We add a major 6th above the root is C, a major 6th above C is A. Stack them all together, we have C, E, G, A, or C6. So constructing a major 6 chord or 6 chord is fairly straightforward. You write the major triad and then you add a major 6 above the root of that triad. So if we wanted to write an F6 chord or F major 6, we would write an F major triad. That's going to be F, A, and C. Add a major 6 above the root. The root, of course, is F. Major 6 above F is D. Stack them all together. You have F, A, C, and D, or F6. And if you wanted to write a D6 chord or a D major 6, first you write a D major triad. That's going to be D, F sharp, and A. Then we add a major 6 above the root of the chord. The root of the chord is D. Major 6 above that D is a B. Stack them all up. We have D, F sharp, A, and B, or D6. At the bottom of page 165, we have this exercise in constructing major 6 chords. Your job is to write out these major 6 chords using those steps we just talked about. So first write the major triad and then add a major 6th above the root. If you have a copy of Guitar Theory Modules, you can write your answers right there in the book and check your work on page 227. Your chords may appear in a different octave than mine, and that's okay. If you don't have a copy of Guitar Theory Modules, you're going to need some manuscript paper to write on. I've got some free manuscript paper you can download from my website. The link is in the description. I'm going to go over the answers now, so pause the video, write your answers, start the video, and check your work. Number 1, G6 or G major 6. First write a G major triad. That's going to be G, B, and D. Next, add a major 6 above the root. The root is G. A major 6 above G is E. Stack them all up. You have G, B, D, and E, or G6. Number 2, B flat 6. First write a B flat major triad. That's going to be B flat, D, and F. Next, we add a major 6 above the root of the chord. The root of the chord is B flat. Major 6th above B flat is G. Stack all those notes together. You have B flat, D, F, G, or B flat 6. Number 3, A6 or A major 6. First construct an A major triad. That's going to be A, C sharp, and E. Next, we add a major 6 above the root of that chord. The root is A. Major 6 above A is F sharp. Stack them all together. You have A, C sharp, E, F sharp, or A6. Number 4, E flat 6. First construct an E flat major triad. That's going to be E flat, G, and B flat. Next, we add a major 6 above the root of that triad. The root is E flat. Major 6 above E flat is C. Stack them all up. We have E flat, G, B flat, and C, or E flat 6. Number 5, E6. First construct an E major triad. That's going to be E, F sharp, and B. Then we add a major sixth above the root of the chord. The root is E. Major sixth above E is C sharp. Stack them all up. We have E, G sharp, B, C sharp, E flat 6. And finally we have B6 or B major 6. First construct a B major triad that's going to be B, D sharp, F sharp. Add a major sixth above the root of the chord. The root is B. Major sixth above B is G sharp. Stack them all up. We have B, D sharp, F sharp, and G sharp, or B6. Writing out major 6 chords is all well and good, but you want to be able to play them as well. So I'm going to show you 2 movable major 6 chord shapes you can play, one with the root on the 5th string and one with the root on the 6th string. So here's a major 6 shape you can play with the root on the 6th string. Finger 2 is playing the root. Finger 1 is playing the 6th of the chord. Finger 4 is playing the 3rd of the chord. And finger 3 is playing the 5th of the chord. And we're muting the 1st string and the 5th string. Now this is a movable shape. This happens to be a B flat 6 that I'm playing because I'm placing the root of the shape on the B flat, string 6, fret 6. If I were to move everything down a fret so the root is now on the 5th fret of the 6th string, which is an A, now it's an A major 6 or A6. And if I move down one more fret, it's an A flat 6. And here's a major 6 shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. So finger 4 is playing the root. Finger 2 is playing the 3rd of the chord. Finger 3 is playing the 6th of the chord. And finger 1 is playing another root. So this particular shape does not have a 5th. It's just root, 3rd, 6th, and another root. Now this is also a movable shape. I happen to be playing an E flat 6 because I'm placing the root note, the lower root note I guess, on the 5th string, 6th fret, on the E flat. If I were to move everything up a fret, so now that root is on the 7th fret, which is the note E, now it's an E6. And move it up one more fret, now it's an F6. And I'm muting the 1st string, and I'm either muting or just not playing the 6th string. The best way to practice major 6 chords is to play them in your music as often as you can. Of course, if you see a major 6 chord in your music, play it. But also try playing a major 6 chord whenever you see a major triad or a major 7 chord. Sometimes you like the way it sounds, sometimes you won't, but you won't know until you try it. And don't forget to check out my book, Guitar Theory Modules. You can watch all these videos for free, but if you have your own copy of Guitar Theory Modules, you'll have all this information in one place, and it's going to be a lot easier to follow along, so I'll leave a link in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you in Module 70, where I'm going to show you how to recognize, write, and play minor 6 chords.